The following podcast includes a depiction of violence which may be distressing to some listeners.
Joseph Conrad once wrote, "The artist, the writer, speaks to our capacity for delight and wonder, to the sense of mystery surrounding our lives, to our sense of pity and beauty and pain." Conrad was speaking about his friend Henry James, the famous expatriate, the passionate pilgrim. Our favorite story this week is a James novelette, The Aspern Papers, and I think you will find that it is filled with mystery and beauty and pain. Miss Joan Fontaine has picked it as her favorite. The reputation of Henry James has grown by leaps and bounds since his death in 1916. He is now regarded as one of America's great novelists. As you will see in this week's story, he was ahead of his day. He wrote with a psychological insight which makes him as modern as tomorrow. You'll find bitterness here, but poetry too. Some very fine radio actors constitute our cast: Kathy Lewis, Jeff Chandler, and Yoreen Tuttle. Here's Act One of Joan Fontaine's favorite story, The Aspern Papers.
But I must have those papers. You must help me get them, Mrs. Preston.
My dear young friend, you're very impetuous. One would think those letters contained the answer to the riddle of the universe.
To me, they do. If I had my choice between that priceless solution and a bundle of Jeffrey Aspern's letters, I'd choose the letters.
Why? Why have you come all the way to Venice for a pile of old paper?
I gather you're not of a literary bent, Mrs. Preston. I've written all the accepted works on Jeffrey Aspern. A biography, bibliographies, and critical tracts. Haven't you been reading any literary journals lately?
Literary journals?
Yes. Jeffrey Aspern's been rediscovered by the world. He's the great American poet, the American Byron, the American Keats.
I don't read very much. A few light novels, perhaps.
But everybody's read his poems, especially the one called Juliana.
Oh, yes. I remember that. A love poem written about a century ago, wasn't it? Very romantic.
To Juliana with love.
What about that poem?
Who was Juliana? What happened to her?
Don't ask me, young man. You're the authority.
Juliana. As mysterious as the Dark Lady of the sonnets of Shakespeare.
Just how long ago did this poet of yours live?
He's been dead almost a century, almost 100 years. He died very young. But I've just discovered an amazing thing.
And what's that?
Juliana is still alive.
Good Lord. She must be a very old woman.
Yes, very old. She's here in Venice. I'm certain she has not only bundles of his precious letters, but perhaps the original manuscript of To Juliana with Love. Mrs. Prest, you must help me get the Aspern Papers. What happened? Tell me.
It's all arranged. After my gondola leaves, go in. They're expecting you.
They?
Miss Juliana Bordereau and Miss Tina Bordereau.
Miss Tina?
A niece. A grand-niece, I would gather.
They don't know who I am.
Oh, certainly not. Now remember, they're very proud. They would never admit they need money, but I gather they do. They've agreed to talk to you. I told them you're a young student here in Venice. You need lodgings desperately.
Oh, that's brilliant. Thank you very much, Mrs. Prest.
Frankly, I don't see what the advantage is, unless you hope to resort to plain larceny.
No, I promise you nothing like that.
Then how will you ever break through that wall of ice?
Well, I have an idea.
Tell me.
I shall make love to the niece.
Wait until you see her.
Miss Tina, it's a pleasure to meet you.
Thank you.
Well, you're English. How delightful.
We're not English.
But you speak the language so beautifully. No, it can't be that you're also an American like myself.
I don't know. We used to be.
Used to be. Surely you haven't changed.
It's so many years ago, we don't seem to be anything now.
So many years that you've been living here. Well, I don't wonder at that. It's a grand old house. And the garden is wonderful. Tell me, is it yours?
Nothing here is mine.
Surely the garden belongs to the house.
Yes, but the house doesn't belong to me.
Yet I suppose you all use the garden.
We all use it?
I mean all your family, as many as you are.
There's only one other than me. She's very old. She never goes downstairs.
Only one other in all this great house. Dear lady, you must have plenty of space to spare.
Yes, but we've never done anything of this sort. We've never had a lodger. We live very badly here, almost on nothing.
My tastes and habits are very simple.
The decision is not mine. Come, my aunt will see you.
Your aunt?
Miss Bordereau, this way, please.
Do you find it a bit chilly, Miss Tina?
This stairway is very cold. The stones there back up against the canal. Cold water lashes against them. But then the whole house is cold. Even in the hottest weather, it is cold here. Right in here, please. Aunt Juliana, the young man is here to see you.
I wanted to speak to you about lodgings. I was told
You
that...
needn't shout. I hear very well. Please to sit down there.
Thank you.
I'm told you have taken a fancy to this building.
Well, yes, I have, Miss Bordereau. The garden intrigued me. It's very lovely.
Oh?
As for myself, I can supply references if you like.
I don't care who you are. I don't want to know. It signifies very little today. You may have as many rooms as you like, if you'll pay me a good deal of money.
Oh, I will pay with pleasure.
Very well. Price is 1,000 francs a month.
That's quite a bit.
What do you know? You're ignorant.
Yes, of money. Certainly of money.
When will you bring the money, young man?
Tomorrow, if you like. What time is convenient for you?
I am always here. But I have my hours.
You mean the times when you receive?
I never receive. But you may come at noon.
I shall be punctual. May I shake hands with you on our contract?
I belong to a time when that was not the custom.
Then I shall shake hands with your lovely niece to show that it is all arranged. There.
Young man, I want you to bring the money in gold.
If you like. Aren't you afraid of keeping such a sum as that in the house?
Whom should I be afraid of if I'm not afraid of you?
I shall bring the money in gold.
Good day, young man.
Good day, Miss Bordereau. He is very old.
Very old. And very tired. She's lived so extraordinarily long.
You don't think she's suspicious of me?
Suspicious?
Well, after all, what could I possibly do to take advantage of her?
I don't know.
If you or she have any touchy matters, just mention them. I shall respect them religiously. Simply tell me.
There's nothing to tell. We're terribly quiet. I don't know how the days pass. We've no life.
Well, Miss Tina, perhaps I can bring you a little. But I've been there 6 weeks, Mrs. Preston, not a glimmer. What hurts me most is that Juliana, the lovely girl of Jeffrey Aspern's most beautiful poetry, should be a mercenary, grasping old woman.
You're fairly grasping yourself, young man. But they'll probably get you at your own game. They'll get all your money without showing you a scrap.
Oh, you don't know me. Goodbye, Mrs. Prest. I'm really going to start to work. Miss Tina. You should come into the garden often in the moonlight. You're a remarkably lovely woman.
You shouldn't say that. I'm quite plain. And not lovely. Not young.
Permit me to be the judge of that.
I really shouldn't be out here at all. My life is such that I don't do the things I like.
You might do a few things I like.
Tell me, what do you do with your evenings here in this lonely house?
I read a good deal.
What sort of things do you read?
Some great poet, usually. In 9 cases out of 10, it's a volume of Jeffrey Aspern.
Oh, we read him. We have read him.
I know him almost by heart.
Oh, by heart, that's nothing. My aunt used to know him. To know him as a visitor.
As a visitor?
He used to call on her.
My dear young lady, he died 100 years ago.
My aunt is 120.
Good Lord. Why didn't you tell me that before? I should like to ask her about him.
She wouldn't tell you.
She must tell me. It's not a chance to be lost. Does your aunt have any of Jeffrey Aspern's papers?
Papers? I don't know. She keeps her things locked up. Do you write?
Do I write? Why, don't speak of my writing in the same breath with Aspern's.
Do you write about him? Do you pry into his life?
That's your aunt's question. Can't be yours.
All the more reason you should answer it. Do you, please?
Yes. I've written about him. I'm looking for more material.
Santa Dio.
In heaven's name, have you got anything? Anything?
So, that's why you're here. And that's why you've been nice to me. You horrible, horrible man.
We're ready for Act 2 of Joan Fontaine's favorite story, The Aspern Papers, by Henry James. In the coldness of this stone building in Venice, a memory is still alive. In the mind and the private papers of a woman with a face like parchment, a woman 120 years old, Juliana, the Lady of the Sonnets. The young man, impetuous, headstrong, ruthless, waits for a chance to unlock the century-old secret, waits and hopes and schemes.
She wants to see you. My aunt wants to see you.
Did you tell her?
Tell her what?
What I told you the other night about Jeffrey Aspern. That I'm looking for material.
I told her nothing. Go in. She's waiting.
Good afternoon, Miss Bordereau.
Oh, it's you, young man. Sit down. Sit down.
Thank you.
I understand that you and my niece have been having rendezvous in the garden.
Juliana, please.
You must make her come into the garden often. Come up and fetch her if necessary.
Every night, if she likes.
Good. A young woman like my niece should associate with persons of her generation.
Aunt Juliana.
Wouldn't it be possible for you to come down into the garden, Miss Bordereau? Wouldn't it do you good to sit there in the sweet air?
Oh, when I move out of this room, it won't be to sit in the air.
I'm delighted that you approve of your niece's moving about. I'd decided you kept her somewhat of a prisoner. I was beginning to think of you as somewhat inhuman.
Inhuman? That's what the poet used to call the women 100 years ago. Don't try that. You won't do as well to say. There's no more poetry in the world that I know of, at least. Go now, go. You make me talk too much.
May I see you again sometime, Miss Potter?
Why do you wish to see me again?
Your conversation was brilliant.
And don't try to pay me a compliment. I've been spoiled. But if you think me brilliant, you don't know what you're talking about. Go now, both of you.
Yes, Aunt
Go.
Juliana.
Good
Go.
day, Miss Juliana.
Please forgive my aunt for trying to force me on you.
My dear young lady, it's one of the great pleasures of my life being close to you.
Could you possibly mean that?
Of course I do. Shall I see you tonight? In the garden?
I'm sorry I called you what I did.
But I'd forgotten about it.
Perhaps you'd better move away. Find other lodgings.
No, I shall stay here. You can help me.
I can't do that without being false to my aunt.
What do you mean by being false to her?
She would never consent to what you want.
Then she has papers of value.
She has everything.
You mustn't ever let her destroy them.
I've no control over her. It's she who controls me.
She doesn't even control her own arms and legs. The way she'd naturally destroy the papers would be to burn them. She can't burn them without fire, and she can't get fire unless you give it to her.
I've always done everything she's asked.
Come here, Tina. Close to me. All I want, Tina, dear Tina, is your promise to help me.
Oh, how can I? How can I?
Tina. Tina.
I'll do what I can to help you. Come quickly. My aunt's very ill. I think she's dying.
Don't be afraid, I'm here.
Go for a doctor, please. I can't leave her.
May I see her? May I judge if she needs a doctor?
She needs a doctor desperately. She's breathing so painfully.
Come, we'll go see her. Perhaps, though, at a time like this, she ought to be spared the sight of me.
The sight of you. Do you think she can see? Be careful. Aunt Juliana? Aunt Juliana.
I'm old. Old. Too old. I belong to another time. Another generation. To a time when men wrote beautiful poetry. I'm tired. I've lived too long. No one should live so long. I'm tired. I want to go to sleep. Sleep.
Aunt Juliana.
She's still alive, but unconscious. Now, quickly, for the love of heaven, show me. Where in her room does she hide the papers?
At a time like this?
Please, it'll only take a second. I love you, Tina. Do this for your love of me.
Oh, I don't know. Possibly in the green trunk. Possibly in her mattress.
How about the desk?
I've seen papers in it, but it's locked and we can't. She's dying.
Come to the desk with me. Just let me look at it. Oh, it's locked. It would be easy enough to remove this one hinge here, you see. Just slip this out so, and it would be very easy.
Aunt Juliana.
Wait. She's out of bed. Walking toward us.
You publishing scoundrel!
Aunt Juliana. Aunt Juliana. She's dead. I'm very happy you've come back.
You are?
Yes. You see, now that my aunt is dead, everything in this house belongs to me. And I particularly wanted you to know that I know exactly where the Aspern Papers are now.
You do?
Yes.
Well, then she didn't destroy them.
No, she didn't.
That's very good news. Well, where'd she hidden them? Were they in that desk?
No. They were in her bed. between the mattresses.
Did she leave any instructions as to what was to happen to the papers?
No instructions.
Good. I was afraid perhaps she'd order them buried with her.
Oh, no, she wouldn't have thought that safe.
It seems to me nothing could be safer.
She had an idea that when people want to publish, they're capable
Of violating a tomb? Good Lord, what can be written in those papers?
a great many personal things. Things the reading world should not see in cold print.
You must not consider that old woman as the live Juliana. Juliana was the lovely girl child who lived a century ago. Her love story belongs to the world.
Does it? And where in this pattern does my life begin or end? I have been tormented and ashamed. You came into my world of dust and oldness, and I thought that perhaps life would begin. I'd have given you everything. The letters, the papers. And she would have understood. She'd have forgiven me. Because once she, too, was more than a shell of a woman. She loved, and a great poem was written to her. To Juliana, with love.
Miss Tina, please.
After she died, I read them. I read them all, one by one, the letters, the papers. She was beautiful once, a lady of the sonnets. And while I read them, I thought that perhaps you were like Geoffrey Aspern, young and handsome, full of faith and love and beautiful words. She had it all. Why not I? She was old, the oldest woman in the world. At least she had a few beautiful memories. Then I came to know, as I sat here in this empty house, that you were not another Geoffrey Aspern. You were just what she said, a thief, a scoundrel. And it is the triumph of my life to tell you so. Now, young man, would you care to see the Aspern Papers?
I shall leave immediately.
No. Look at the papers.
You'd let me see them, feeling the way you do.
Yes. Come here. It's a great delight for me to show them to you. Here. Here they are.
In the fireplace.
Ashes. I burned them last night, one by one.
One by one.
It took a long time. There were so many. And the last one burned very slowly. It was a yellowed manuscript, over 100 years old. To Juliana, with love.
You've been listening to the Aspern Papers by Henry James. Strange story. Or bitter, perhaps, but there's a sense of poetic justice about it. We hope you'll turn to the book itself and to the many fine short stories and novels of this great writer. Our congratulations to our cast, Kathy Lewis as Miss Tina, Jeff Chandler as the foolhardy young man, and Lurene Tuttle as the ancient woman of the memories, Juliana. Lawrence and Lee dramatized and directed, and Miss Joan Fontaine named the Aspern Papers her favorite story.